You got big changes for us, huh?
We sure do. Whenever you start seeing video like this coming out of Colorado, you know that we're at least going to have a cold front. We're not going to have snow with this, but we may have a little bit of rain. There's up to half a foot of snow as of the noon hour in the Denver area. They likely have more by now, up to 18 inches in the mountains. More on what we're expecting from this cold front in a moment. Let's first take a look outside at a mostly clear sky over Austin. It's 86 degrees, very warm out ahead of the front today. 80 is our 8 p.m. forecast at 10 p.m. tonight. Still very nice at 75. Area temperatures right now in the mid-80s for the most part out in the hill country. 88 degrees there in Llano, the warm spot. Metro area temperatures, a lot of 86s right now. And in our eastern counties, again, quite a few places coming in right at 86 degrees, which is where we are at Camp Mabry. At the airport, mostly clear and 88 degrees. Our winds have been a little breezy again today out of the south-southeast. Right now, 9 to 12 miles per hour. Sunset is at 12 minutes until 7 p.m. tonight. Mole count. Mole was high again today at 1114. Ragweed count 33 and low, and fall elm coming in at 28. Temperatures around Texas, you can see the front coming. Here are the 80s, even 92 down in Laredo right now, down to 71 in Abilene, 65 in Lubbock, 52 in Amarillo, and then the colder air still holding back up there over Colorado as the storm system winds up and begins to pull out into the plains. In fact, the front's moved down to Abilene, but it hasn't gone very much further to the south today. You can see the clouds and the flow there kind of paralleling that frontal boundary. So until we get this system to pull on out of the Rockies into the plains, we won't see that cold air plunge south, but that will take place overnight. In fact, the snow beginning to taper off up here in the Denver area right now, but again, some places up to 1.5 feet, and that was earlier in the day. Now, this disturbance back here over Arizona is going to move due east across Texas. So as this front comes in, and we think by 7 o'clock in the morning, it should be into the Austin metro area by that time, we could see some patchy light rain form. Generally in the cooler air behind the front with the gusty north winds, you don't see a lot of rain, and we think tomorrow most of it will be right ahead of that little upper level low in North Texas, but patchy rain certainly possible even through the afternoon tomorrow, and it'll be an overcast, cloudy, and much cooler day. In fact, it'll be Friday mid-morning before we see the clearing line get down through the hill country into the Austin area, and then the skies go sunny through the day on Friday. But a big change in temperatures coming with this front. Show you that in a minute. Let me update you on Hurricane Rina. The storm weakened today. Instead of intensifying to a Category 3 like was anticipated, it's down to a Category 1 storm, but it's still heading up toward those major beach resorts there in what they call the Mayan Riviera on the Yucatan Peninsula. The storm right now with 85-mile-per-hour sustained winds gusting over 100. The forecast track is to be very near or over Cozumel by 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon with 80-mile-an-hour winds. But then the winds drop to 70. A tropical storm sitting directly over, the eye of the storm may be directly over Cancun by 1 a.m. Friday morning. And then the storm continues to push off to the northeast and considerably weakens as it moves over western parts of Cuba. Okay, let's talk about our temperatures. Now, tonight will fall into the 50s and low 60s, but with the front blowing in tomorrow and the overcast sky, we may only warm a couple of degrees. Instead of near 90 tomorrow, we may be near 65 tomorrow afternoon. Overnight, it'll cloud up with the front coming in, 63 in the morning. Let's go 66 for a high tomorrow. North wind 10 to 20 with at least a 50% chance that you could get some patchy light rain where you are. Is it going to be soaking? No. If you get 1/4 of an inch, you'll be lucky. But then cold morning, Saturday morning may be the coldest morning of the season so far with 30s in rural areas, especially out over the hill country. But otherwise, a beautiful weekend and then a very nice Halloween.